Hello friends, welcome back to Ash of God's Redemption. This would be episode 9. We've just liberated Gleda. She is uninjured because we reached in time. Alright, we can level up. Thorn Brenin. Let's give him more defense. Andra is getting more energy. Paladins are very energy hungry, so the more they have, the better. Gleda. I'm not going to get more health because she gets health every time she kills an enemy. But I am going to take more energy. Or I can remove the minus sound attack to the cost of the double strike ability. Oh, I have 3 skill points, nice. Okay, more damage. And yeah, more energy. Lit. That shot. Okay, let's first lower the energy cost of the ability, and then we can increase it, but we'll have more attack.
Oh.
Alright, push down. Sure, more energy. And I think that's it. We have a new card, Energy Search. Increase energy by 17. Oh, this is pretty good. I'm going to use it instead of Touch of Chaos. Alright. Let's talk to Helm. Why the long face, Sal? You're one tough fellow, aren't you? Any squad would be happy to have a soldier like you. Had a chat with a couple of guards. Got the latest news. Should they abandon Frigga, they'll continue their retreat, holding the forts along the way. Not my kind of war at all. The forts aren't easy to get into either. Why don't you return to your village or wherever you're from? There's no turning back from me. Some hack has accused me of hunting in our count's lands. Even brought a huntsman and showed him some bones she found in my yard. She hinted that a big fellow like me should be spending his days as a soldier, not in prison. And so off I ran. Haven't you really been to the count's lands, though? Alright, calm down, I'm no hag. Did you wrong her somehow? Why else would she want you off fighting the war or imprisoned? Don't know. She just suddenly dropped by. Can't even remember her face. To be honest, just her bracelet. Looked a lot like your daughters.
Hmm.
Can't quite recall who you are. And why would you remember me at all? What's important is that I remember you, Thorn. You were a bit younger, though, and I was but a lad. You had loads of fellows like me at your beck and call. Nevertheless, I never forget anyone who's fought by my side, and you do seem familiar, but I just do not remember how or even when we met. Perhaps the time will come when you remember, but I can assure you I've never betrayed or hurt anyone. Perhaps that's because of you. I am truly in your debt. Alright, that's enough talk. We need to get moving. Loyalty increased. Nice. Maybe you do, but I'd rather stay here. There's no turning back, so I'll wait for the enemy. Maybe I'll get a job as a custodian. See how that goes. The army is not looking for new recruits right now. They're still searching for the deserters who fled when the enemy approached. So you're saying you wouldn't flee? Why not put it to the test? You'll not be hard pressed to find enemies westward. And test you I will. It seems like you've got enough muscle and some useful skills. I won't note that down. I really do need help. If you're still up for it, then get ready. We're moving out. Alright. Let's see how Rask managed to keep Greta unharmed. Well done. Where to next? Just say the word and I'll help my old friend with any papers. After all, I'm the superintendent of Opacum now. Beats selling old trinkets in Albius, that's for sure. Thanks, I could use your help. Just tell me the latest news first so I don't choose the wrong path and end up stuck between a rock and hard place. At least tell me what direction you're looking in. Normally, I can run my mouth till the sun rises, but I've nearly an hour to spare now. Why are those thugs up to you? Well, they were looking for you. Have you crossed paths with any rich and powerful foes lately? I mentioned your name at a local inn by accident and those fellows tracked me down right away. Something like that. I guess I'm sort of fugitive now. Why do you think they tracked you down in search of me? Perhaps they just needed someone to rob. They called out your name when they broke down the door. Thought you were hiding here. Seems like the pigeons already delivered the message. The hunt is on and you're in deep trouble. Are you in a hurry? I have a supply wagon waiting for me in Hyborg. I need to see it, seal it, and have guards deliver it to your father-in-law. He's in command of Opacum now. Soldiers are saying that when Sakedviki leads the troops, war isn't far off. Has the war truly begun? Riga is only besieged by Gel and Vandil bands at the moment, but a couple of Frisian legions are on their way. The ancient fortress will have to be abandoned. Our troops have been tasked with holding the forts at Hyborg and Opacum. And why is that? What was the Jaranan king or whoever is leading Berkana's troops now thinking? The king of Jarana is dead. His old heart failed him. Prince Trig rushes to Hyborg now. He intends to rule it. He may already be there. It's where the coronation is supposed to take place. My guess is that the prince is going to seize command of the army. Do you want to talk about Albia's guards? What's there to talk about? Those who wanted me dead have been killed. Nothing to boast of, nothing to be ashamed of either. Maybe you're proud of mangling the corpses, making a necklace from years, choking with fury. Don't know what you've been drinking, Todd, but I'd watch my tongue if I were you. I didn't cut anyone's ears off. I'm not some answer that messes around with dead bodies. All right, I believe you. Calming down. What are you saying? That I would do such things? You seem to have a very low opinion of your old friend. Do you know anything about the White Tower? No, never heard of anything like that. Wait, there are some ruins not far from Frigga. Used to be a tower there, the White Tower people called it. I'll mark it on your map. Well, I'll not waste any more of your time. Don't forget your papers. No traveling without documents these days. They'll impale you with their iron rods first, ask questions later, if they even bother asking you. Asking any. Okay. Oh, guide. What's troubling you, buddy? Can't find a wagon train to take you back through the wasteland, or have you actually decided to stay a while? As if there aren't any trains like that anyway. No, I need something else. I need to travel west, but As it turns out, you need a special permit for that now that the war is on. And you can't get one here. I'm wondering if I can get one at Opakum or Hyborg. Where are you heading west, Score? Does it matter? I can see that you're heading west, but I'm not asking about your reasons. I've nothing to hide. My son's in trouble. He vanished near Frigga, so I'm trying to rescue him and praying to the gods for help. You didn't ask, but there you have it. No use hiding the truth. There's a Menhir I need to find. I see you scratching the back of your neck. I've got the same problem. Strixes are my only recourse too. However, that Menhir might actually help me get rid of this malady for good, or at least for a while. Not every Menhir is corrupted. I have one last question. I'm glad we finished. We wasted too much time on idle chatter. Will you accompany us to Frigga? So, as everyone runs east, you're heading west. Few travel the same path, so the ones who do should be considered valuable assets. You need someone you know well to accompany you. Don't leave anything to chance. That's right. Weren't you heading in the same direction, though? Your words ring true. I mean, I'll follow you to Frigga and beyond. Having someone like you by my side is the safest choice during such difficult times. You think thugs will scatter in fear at the mere mention of my name? Doubt it. The good thing is someone like you won't stab me in the back. Tell me when you're ready. I've some unfinished business here. Alright, so Score will be joining the band. Let's see what we can buy. Oh, strings consumption -1. Interesting. We have nearly 8k. I don't want this. Alright, let's buy the managed shot, the Strix pendant, and the warrior's charm. And save the rest for whatever comes. In. Okay, so now that Scott joined the band, we can level him up. He's a healer, a cleric. Nice. If you're a cleric, then you should heal. Nice. Alright. I think we can move on to Frigga. In search
The line
for our
between
son.
vengeance and retribution is akin to a sword blade. Wield it. Shadow Clan's code for warriors of peace.
Oh, so we're switching to another character. Yep. Our morale is pretty low. Our goal is to reach to the triple menhir. Here. We can go through the Kimra path. We can take the Kimra path, the cursed ravine, or the wooden road. The reaping. The reaping is the difficulty of the game. The higher it is, the more difficult the battles will be. More enemies, tougher units. So let's take the Kimra path. Rit walks behind you, struggling to stay on her feet. Her eyes have darkened and her feverish brow is hot to the touch. You keep an eye on her. The Reaper's curse may be killing her. You halt, noticing a small party of girls on the road ahead. They drag a young, dark-skinned monk behind them with a rope. The mountain dwellers trade in slaves, but no one in Frisia will buy a temple servant. I don't think they're going to sell the lad as a slave, Candy explains. More likely they're taking him to Gillian altar. They'll slit his throat, chant their songs, and wash their faces in his blood. That's how they worship their gods. Shall we interfere? You recall Reed's words about a shortcut, which reveals itself when blood is spilled. It'd be a waste to pour blood into the Garian altar, and you have to do something about the girls traveling ahead of you. Let's attack the girls. As you near the girls, a boulder rolls down the slope. The girls turn, see you, and draw their weapons. Losing the element of surprise will just make the skirmish a bit longer. Overall, a negligible hitch. Ooh. Okay, so these guys have an injury, so I'm not going to use them. Let's level up the party first. Alright. We have Lo Pheng first. We have 2 skill points. This is not much. I'm going to lower the cooldown of the Sandburn, because this is a good ability that gives me energy. Okay, Ruor is a fighter, just like Gleda, so you need a little bit more energy. Alright, Dume. I am taking Onslaught and Walking and Energy. Shanette. One attack distance is great. More health when killing a unit. Let's get you that shot. Focus. Focus is a 3 cooldown. That's more than enough to finish a battle. Second wind. This is great. Alright. Bola, our damage dealer. I could take this, but I'm going to take walking and damage. Right. shot. Alright. That's all. Okay, I have no items in this party. Alright, I think we are ready. Let's see what we're facing. Oh, they have a lot of energy, but not too much HP. Yeah, this should be pretty easy. Alright, you're going back. You stay here. There you go. So the first thing I'm going to do is move up and use Cloud Tower so that everyone attacks me. Oh my god, alright. Do I have... no. Don't have any healing. I think I'm just going to increase my energy. All right. I can already kill this guy. Yes, I can. Nice. Okay, I'm going to use this. And I'm going to move. No, I'm going to stay. Yeah, okay. No damage. Burst damage. But that's okay. So what cards can I use? I can use this guy's nice. And I can move here. Alright. So I need to reduce this guy's defense. So I can kill him with that shot. So the next guy then can take his place. Alright. Why not? Perfect. Nice, that guy's dead. Nice. Now I have you. And the last one. Alright, I'm going to kill this guy. Okay. Nice. I'll take one for archers. Great. This is our first item with this party. In the aftermath, you approach the monk you saved. He looks around frantically, worried of his newfound freedom. Who are you? You ask with a tilt of your head. The monk mumbles apprehensively, a silly smile on his lips. My name is Aros. I'm traveling from Menhir to Menhir at the behest of the Temple of Divine Wrath. Do you know what these girls were taking me? You cut the monk's ropes to a Gillian altar where they would slice open your throat. You reply, I saved you. Your life belongs to me now. You'll go where I tell you, to the triple mania that is. You might be useful. Rest assured, I will do your bidding, the monk mumbles apprehensively. Don't let my young age fool you. I can heal, and I know some temple enchantments against evil. Candy gets your attention. Reed's not getting up. She's feverish, barely alive. I'm afraid we might lose her. Ask Alos for help. You signal to Alos, who rushes to Reed and examines her. Her life is on the line. She's suffering from a terrible curse. Even the Menhir won't help, though I can't say for sure. You'll have to fashion a stretcher to carry Reed. She mentioned that the triple Menhir might help her. You need to hurry. Alright, let's continue on the Kimra path. I have a bunch of Strixes with this party. You keep looking back to Reed, who quickly declines until she looks too ill to continue. Her lips whiten, her pupils widen, and a bluish web spreads across her face. You stop to consider your options. The monk, close to fading himself, leans over it and makes a helpless gesture. This is not a malady I can cure, but a powerful curse I cannot lift. Reed winces in pain trying to speak. Her strength fades like water spilled in sand. She can still talk, but you must kneel beside her to hear the faint whispers. Ask why the Strixes are useless in her case. The Strixes aren't useless, Reed whispers. But in this case, we need a sacrifice, and we don't have an appropriate victim. You have to lean closer. Reed's voice is so faint that she must nearly brush your ear with her lips to be heard. I know where the icon's power lies. The sacrificial stones. The sacred Strixes, the spirit of 1,000 generations. It's different where I come from. The Chimera have only one stone. Reed closes her eyes. Her body becomes leaden. You feel the Strixes in the icon pattern stealing your flesh, the most sacred of which she wasn't supposed to know. The closest guarded secret of the Shadow Clan. Reed's voice echoes in your head. You lower the bodies of Reed's dress to discover a bleeding wound on her chest, a gash left by a relic pried out, an amulet now lost, the dent in a perfect body, a scar from the Reaper's excarnation. So, we can let her die, use a regular Strix which won't help her, or give Reed our sacrificial stone. You bare your left shoulder, feel for one of the sacrificial stones and carve it out with a knife. It sears your hand, your blood scalds your fingertips. You put the stone into the gash in Reed's body. She jerks convulsively, then lies still as if paralyzed. Color returns to her cheeks and her breath steadies. The venomous vestiges of the curse begin to fade. You cover the stone in your hand, holding it inside Reed's body and whispering ritual incantations to heal the wound. It seems to work. The prized possession of the Shadow Clan will serve a new master. While you become an outcast, it's impossible to conceal the loss of even one sacrificial stone. Coming to, Reed notices you and your freshly wounded shoulder. Understanding dawns on her. You did it? You weren't supposed to. What have you done? You close your eyes. Don't tell anyone anything. Pull yourself together. We'll keep going. But remember, now I really need to know how to kill a Reaper. You order your companions to set up camp while you dress your and Reed's wounds. You both need a good night's sleep. Whatever happens next, let it happen tomorrow. When morning comes, you discover Reed in a much better state. She's still pale. Oh, nice. Party injury level decreased, so both our party members who had injuries are healed now. She's still pale and her hands still tremble, but there's a determined look on her face, her jaw set. You suspect that she has much to tell you, but you're the first to speak. In a detached manner. You knew it. You knew I could save you. Why didn't you ask me to do it? How could I ask the impossible? I know what the sacrificial stones are. They are the icon's most sacred. Your ancestors' valor is preserved within them. Asking you to give up a stone is like asking you to give up your life. It's not something one asks for. Now you'll never be forgiven for what you've done. How do you know the secrets of the Shadow Clan? Loyalty increased. The Shadow Clan was founded by the great ancestress, a sword fighter like no other. She passed her skill down to the Icons. Centuries ago, she left your island and came to the Chimera. She left us too, long before I was born. Looking to the side, did she teach your ancestors the art of sword fighting? She taught them wisdom. Are you acquainted with a seeress who knows the Reaper's secret? Don't you remember what I said? There's one person who should know how to kill a Reaper. It might be that seeress. Can you take me to her then? It's rumored that she lives at the edge of the Vale of Mercy, high in the cliffs amidst the ancient ruins. There should be a narrow path that leads to her dwelling. I'm Kimran. I know every ruin in these parts. I think I know where to find her. A warrior of peace does not seek forgiveness. A warrior of peace does not forsake his teachings, and you just did. I'm grateful for it. I didn't foresee the curse when I opposed the Reaper. I hope to survive. What are you hoping for now? I'm hoping this reaping doesn't turn the world into one massive burial ground. Alright. Let's continue. The Red Market. You see a small palisaded market just off the road. The Gillian watch guards the entrance. Inside, the Gillian hunters sell wildfowl from the steppe and forests, as well as arms. You're no hunter, but it's hard to resist a pheasant baked in coal. The guards stop you, and one of the merchants tells you that weapons aren't allowed in the market. Try to negotiate. You order your companions to turn in their weapons, but say that when icons lose their weapons, they lose their lives, and you don't intend to die. You promise that you won't unseat your blade in the marketplace, even if you beg to do so. After some hesitation, the girl nods and offers to sell you something. Look at the merchandise. We have 10k. What's this? I don't need this. Alright, this is good for a unit that doesn't have too much experience. Energy is always good. We don't need Strixes, but we don't need money either, so let's just spend them. Alright. You back away from the merchant and notice some concerned looks aimed at your weapon. You decide to leave the market to avoid provoking the Highlanders. Alright, we have 3 options. Poison Springs, the brutal road which goes through Poison Springs, the Drunken Path, and the Kimra Path. Well, I say let's take before it was patrolled, this was the path of choice for all Frisian and Gallian drunkards. Let's take this path for a change. Just off the road you hear shouting, barking and muffled growls. You investigate, discovering a huge wolf tied to a tree. It's muzzled and its hind legs are secured by a fishing net. Several Gallian women hurl rocks at the animal, preparing to set their dogs upon it. A man holding a torch tied to a long stick thrusts it toward the wolf. Ruor scratches his head. That's some foul sport. It's good for dogs to fight a wolf once in a while, but not if it's bound. That's outrageous. Seizing the element of surprise, you slowly draw your sword. Singe the girl. You take the torch-waving girl by the collar and push him into the nearest fire. He escapes a moment later, howling, beating the flames from his clothes and rubbing his singed belly. The dogs scatter, whining. Silence falls over the little glade. The Gallian women huddle together and the children run into the bushes. The man tries to save his dignity. You look back at your companions. Could this wolf confess the location of its lair? No. Then what's the point in torturing it? The girl's eyes are full of hatred. It was killing our cattle. It takes 2 strikes from your sword to free the wolf from its shackles. Why didn't you kill it then? You wonder as you watch the animal limp away. Were you hoping to teach it a lesson? Trying to make the wolf swear that it will never kill a cattle again? The girl grabs a stick from the ground and snarls menacingly. Remind me, why is some squinty-eyed shelp ordering the girls around? Threaten the girl. You step forward, striking the girl below the knees with one fluid swing of your sword. Because he can, you reply as he topples to the ground. The Gallian women run away screaming. There should be a point to everything, you tell your companions. nourishment, survival, or enrichment as means of avoiding property. But a beast's suffering is pointless. This bastard's suffering is pointless, at least when the other bastards can't see it. You put a wheezing girl out of his misery. Wow. Something is happening in the roadside ditch. It sounds like wild dogs have cornered a hog. You hear growls and a muffled squeal. You get closer and it's no hog. It's a fat, middle-aged Frisian desperately kicking at the dogs. He doesn't stand a chance. Your companions try to chase the pack away. Intervene. In 2 or 3 quick strides you move past your companions and kill most of the dogs. The rest of the pack scatters, whining. The Frisian showers you with gratitude, but the moment you turn your back to him, he tries to kill you. You turn around, deflect the Frisian's blow, and slice his head off. Seeking gratitude makes you vulnerable, you say as the head rolls away. Better not to seek it, because you'll still manage to get some, now and then. Search him. That was interesting and unnecessary. You hear footsteps behind you. A band of Frisian soldiers is marching in the same direction as you are. There are no commanders, but their crossbows are at the ready. You need to make a decision quickly. Walk faster. You tell your companions to quicken their pace. The Frisians fall behind you and soon disappear. Maybe they turned off the road. You ignore your companions' looks until you're sure that you're no longer in danger. It's better to drip with sweat than with blood, you explain patiently. There are too many enemies to attack them all. Legend has it, the Icons practiced some sort of martial arts even before the Shadow Clan was formed. Its main maxim was, the best fight is one you manage to avoid. Hungry Path. Oh, this is the Gillian altar. Let's continue on the Drunken path. Something towers in the distance, giving off the sweet scent of decay. When you reach the strange landmark, the reality is worse than you feared. The man-made structure in the middle of the steppe is tall as 4 men and made from poles and spears bound with rope. Naked, mutilated human bodies have been impaled on the poles. Some have had their skin ripped from their faces. The sight makes some of your companions sick. Reed slowly walks around this macabre structure. It's a new sanctuary. 24 corpses in all. Some were skewered alive. You can see scratch marks on the bark of the poles. The lower tier are all girls, but I can't see who are above them. It would take at least 100 girls to do this. Maybe more. I've never heard of a rite like this. It's sheer madness. You wonder who'd know about this strange building. Search your memory. You try to remember any rumor stories or other helpful details, but nothing useful comes to mind. You don't know what you're looking at. Examine everything one more time. The redhead suddenly beckons you to the side. She's found a basalt slab with a crude inscription scratched into its surface. Reed leans over them. The language is Galian, written in Frisian runes. It says that the demon's tower shall be constructed in 10 days. That's a tier a day. And that all roads are to be blocked while live bricks are harvested for construction. Hide and wait it out. I wanna see who builds this. You spend 2 days waiting for the girls to disperse. Fortunately, you have enough food and water to last you. When the Highlanders stop mewing about the structure, you continue your journey. Alright, I think we lost time with no results. But we have 10% morale. We have 20% morale now. A small procession turns into the road ahead of you. Mules and haltered necks drag 2 overloaded wagons. Judging by the color and shimmer of the powder covering the sacks, it's salt. The cargo isn't what interests you, it's the strange-looking vandals driving the horses. Around here, you'd expect Frisians. Hey, Squinty, interested in some cash? The vandal sitting next to the Volkswagen's coachman disdainfully asks. We're delivering an order to Nakoma, the temple advisor. He pays good coin for salt, which he uses to preserve human flesh and blood. He buys people too, dead or alive. You only need to salt the dead ones. So if you have anyone for sale, kill the vandals. You shake your head. You talk too much for your own good. I don't know why Nakoma needs so much salt, but he'll get his choice of supplier when it never arrives. The vandal gives you a scornful look. What do you mean, it never arrives? I'm licensed by the temple. I am untouchable. You dart between the two wagons, then look back to watch the slashed bodies tumble. A warrior of peace doesn't honor temple licenses brandished by scumbags. Regardless, it'd be a good idea to search the bodies. Alright, got more money and some strixes. You travel through uninhabited lands, unkept trees and bushes line the roadside. Without warning, Reed throws her bow, quiver and her travel bag down and bolts to one of the trees. Several people lie motionless by the tree, gravely wounded or dead. Reed fuzzes over them for a while, then gets up and signals for you to stay back. She returns carrying two colored braids decorated with strixes that she's cut from the corpses. She doesn't say anything, but her eyes swim with tears. Her lips tremble as she breathes in ragged gasps. Talk to Reed later. Reed's shoulders shake with silent sobs and she keeps looking back at the corpses you left behind. You remain silent. Everyone deals with their own griefs. Some burdens can't be shared. We give the Kimran about an hour to herself. I know that one cannot bring back the past, Reed says in response to your stare, but you can still see it. One of the men killed near the tree was my childhood friend. He and his companion were murdered by ancestors, the very people they came to rescue and free from their curse. Thanks for the silence, Icon. As you wonder how to comfort your companion, she suddenly starts humming the same song she did in Wodan. Somehow her voice grows stronger, instilling confidence in all who hear it. Alright, 30% morale. Our final part of the journey to the triple menhir. Your warrior wenches whisper among themselves and cast glances your way. Finally, one of them approaches you. You wait for Sorti's questions. Listen, Icon, she hesitates. I wanted to ask about women on your island, but first tell me, do you have slaves? Describe the slaves on the island. You see genuine curiosity in her eyes and decide to answer truthfully. We have very few slaves. Peasants tend to their own fields, women to their children, craftsmen to their trade. We only need slaves to train our warriors. Sorti's eyes widen. You mean you kill them? You shrug and try to think of the answer. Tell the truth. We do occasionally, but only in fair duels. Icons have been killed too, but it almost never happens. Sorti frowns. The icons fight of their own free will, but these poor wretches, advisors to the elders, look for captive warriors all over Terminum. You say, they buy those who are committed to spend the rest of their lives fighting. Sorti looks confused. Suppose such a slave defeated an icon. Would he be set free? No, you answer curtly. He'd be killed by another icon. Wow. That's some strange rule. So morale dropped to 20% again. The road climbs a hill then dives into a hollow. There's a makeshift enclosure. There's a makeshift enclosure, its walls as high as the stockades. You hear screams vaguely like a child's coming from behind those walls. Several girls line up in front of the gate, their weapons at ready. Send an envoy. You ask someone to ask the girls about the prisoners, and Alus volunteers. The conversation becomes a confrontation. One of the girls strikes and Alus falls to the ground. You've no choice but to fight. What? All right. Okay. So ours got attacked. All right, let's get you more energy. Healing. And healing and healing and more healing. We can't have Alus in this fight anyway. Let's reduce the cooldown. Alright, let's put some items. 1 experience per battle. For it. 5 energy. You get 5 energy. Oh, you can't use... that's weird. Oh, you can't use... Lo Pheng can't use items. So... I'm gonna give all our energy and... Rit, since she's an archer, is gonna use... the rune of aim. And that's about it. This is the team. Alright. Alright. Just like in the previous battles. Oh my god. That was a lot of damage. Okay, these guys have less HP. So... let's attack their HP. Right. There you go. Alright. Well, can't do too much. Yeah. Okay, we have a bunch of energy now. I'm going to move here. Alright. Oh, that was kind of bad. So I think I'm going to kill this guy. It's too dangerous. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to stun this guy. Alright. Sure, why not? 20 HP. Alright, let's kill you. Just going to move here. You need to die. $28 damage. Sure, why not? Alright, did 30 damage. Yes. I am going to move here. And you're dead. Perfect. Got a bunch of experience. You defeated the girls in battle. Luckily, Alus is the only one wounded. Rubbing an injured hand, Alus tells you that the girls were tight-lipped about who was being kept in the stockade. Politely asking to see the prisoners infuriated them, and they attacked. You tell your companions to open the gates of the eerily quiet stockade. Inside the stockade you find ancient prisoners. Bound by arms and legs, their dead bodies are mangled. Some have their masks ripped off along with their faces. They're likely the ones you heard screaming. Your companions are silent. It looks like you killed the girls unjustly. This is also war, you explain. It's rare to find a battle where the sides are evenly split into villains and saints. Well, they attacked first, so I don't think it was unjustly. You notice a prostrated merchant near a dry well at the roadside. Several bundles lie near him. He's alive but exhausted. Stealing his belongings wouldn't befit a warrior of peace, but you can't trade with an unconscious merchant. Pour water on the poor fellow's face. You take a flask from your belt and pour some water on the merchant's face. He moves, but still can't open his eyes. Bring the merchant to his senses. You ask Grit for help and she uses some potions on the sleeping man. The merchant awakens a few minutes later, looking rather healthy. It turns out that his horse fell and he hit his head. He managed to bring the sacks to the well, but when he saw that there was no water, he got desperate. He's very grateful for your help and gives you a small stake for your trouble. We can also trade with him now. Alright, more health is nice. Energy is fine. Walking speed. Yes, walking speed is good too. That's it. Let's continue. You set up camp using the rare moment of calm to reflect upon recent events. Sitting with your hands on your knees, you let a stream of thoughts carry you. Reed fixes her eyes on you as you travel forward. Does she realize what you've sacrificed to save her? You didn't simply give up some of your strength and skill. You did something utterly unforgivable, betraying your clan, your kin, and yourself. You betrayed the warrior who paid for this stone with his life. He infused your body with a modicum of his power and skill, yet you never knew his name. His spirit had inhabited many bodies throughout generations of Shadow Clan warriors. Reminiscence. You'll never forget the moment the priest inserted the sacrificial stone into your flesh. He knew what you'd experience and pressed your head to the altar so that you wouldn't thrash and crack your skull open. You were overcome by sheer terror as another's will wove itself into your veins, but also by another's joy at the realization of immortality and your own exuberant feeling of boundless power. The exuberance was mixed with horror. Could the Reapers feel the same? Shadow Clan wisdom says that the Reapers began as ordinary humans, but the transformation overwhelms them with power and hatred. Why such hatred? They're not brought up in the way of Shadow Clan warriors. Last stretch. The Drowsy Deep is a very peculiar location. 700 years ago, a great battle was waged at the Triple Menhir, turning the deep into a lifeless desert of bones that crunch at the host's hooves. Nobody can linger, thanks to the poisonous air. Yet here you are riding toward the three Menhirs. The three sacred stones peak over the horizon. Pilgrims call them the fingers of the gods. The Polian scans the wasteland ahead. I see Commander Norse is still in position. Or is that someone else? Hard to tell. I see warriors loitering by the sacred stone, but it's not a whole legion. Thank the gods. Is it true that all Menhirs become poisonous during a reaping? I hope my commander didn't touch this one. Reed dispels your doubts. These are the Anses, the warriors of the Menhirs. They appear only in reap time, and they are dangerous. Once they reach their sacred stone, there's no use talking to them. They'll kill anyone who approaches. The Frisian commander is likely already dead. Attack the Anses. The obstacle must be removed no matter what. You draw your weapon and walk straight toward the Anses. They stand still staring at you. Clearly they have no intention of charging. Alright, let's level up our party. What should I give you? for cooldown. Alright. More health than walking is good. More damage, sure. More damage, yes, please. Candy. More damage. Now let's use armor crack. More attack. More walking. Alright. Who needs walking speed? You. Energy. Who are you? And health. Energy and walking speed. Let's give you more health. Alright. I think I'm going to... Okay, this guy is a sorcerer. Both are sorcerers. I think I'm going to kill this guy. Alright. Now I can move here. I can't retaliate, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna use this first in case this guy retaliates. He did retaliate, alright. Nice. This guy is dead. Eight damage. That's not enough. Now you're dead. Alright, let's try and kill this guy. I'm going to use focus since I don't have a good target. Right. I'm just going to move here. Let's see what you do. Perfect. Now I can attack his energy. I'm going to stay here. Oh, that's perfect. Your positioning is perfect. Oh, we got another card. No more level ups. In the aftermath, Roar addresses you. The commander, Norse, he's done for. These outlanders cut him and his guards down. He didn't have the money he promised. He tricked me. We should leave now, Icon. The Frisian legions approach from the north. They'll not be happy to find us here. You step on a witchblade shard. The swords have lost power with the death of the outlandish wielders. Unfortunate, they would have made fine trophies. One of the ancestors still lives, reports Reed. He was wounded in the skirmish with the Frisians. He's unconscious, but I can heal him. He will help us, trust me. Kama has a minor injury. We do not have much time, you say coldly. I would not concern myself with the wounded. You promised me a shortcut, remember? I remember everything. I will not forget, she says, frowning. Oh, this is the warrior. Anyway, we're going to stop here and continue next time. Can't wait to see what happens and what the new companion can do. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Take care, bye bye.